Okay, hello everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss a few more problems from file. In our previous class, we have discussed few problems where we used actually write mode. You know there are three types of mode we will use in file program: read mode, write mode, and append mode. So in today's class, we will do some programs by implementing our reading mode. So how this will work? Let's start. Okay, this is our first program. Write a program that will read three integers from a file. So our target is there will be a file. From that file, in the file there are three integers. Already there's a file, and I have saved three numbers there, and I will write a program that will read these three numbers from the file. So like this is our text file. There are three numbers: 90, 60, 20, and our program will give us this output numbers 90, 60, 20. That means from this text file we will read the numbers. So how to it will happen? Solution. Here, first of all, we will read data from the file, so we will use R mode. I will explain everything whenever I will explain you the solution. Then here we will use fscanf. You know, in our previous class I discussed it. We will use fprintf to write something in the file and fscanf to read something from the file. So after reading numbers, we will print it. So now I am going to explain the solution. Okay. So our target is there is a file. From that file, we will read three numbers. So first of all, we have to follow these common steps. We have to first of all we have to create a file pointer. Then we will open it. We have to do these two things for each file program. So initially it is file pointer fp. So fp is a file pointer. We did it in the last class also. Then fp is equal fopen data2.txt r. That means fopen is used to open a file. You know it. So that means we will open a file. The name of the file is data2.txt. We will open this file and the mode is R. That means reading mode. That means we will open this file. We will read something. We will read some data from the file. Okay. You know, so first of all, before writing this code, we have to save a file that is data2.txt. Okay, I will explain it. First of all, I'm going to explain this one. Okay, that means we will open a file data2.txt. We will open it in read mode. Okay, there we will read three numbers. So we will read three numbers percentage. That's why I have declared here three variables: x, y, z. And then I will scan this. Fscanf means I will scan the numbers, or I will read the numbers from the file. I have to write it in this way. fp is a file pointer, then percentage d, percentage d, percentage d. 3% means there will be three integers. We will read three integers. These are the ampersand x, ampersand y, ampersand z. So remember, we have to use ampersand sign in the fscanf. We have already read the file, read the numbers x, y, z. Then we'll just print it. Numbers, percentage d, x, y, z. After doing, I told you all of the operation, we have to close the file. Fclose, fp. So for after doing all of the operation, always you have to close the file by using fclose function. Fclose is used to close the function. Okay, now I will explain it again. I will now show you the code. So this is our code. Okay, I'm explaining it again here. First of all, we have declared a file pointer. Then we will open a file. fp is equal fopen data2.txt, r. R means read mode. Okay, our target is from data2.txt file. We will read three numbers. Okay, before writing this code, I have you have to create a text file. The name of the file is data2. In the same directory where you will save this C program. That means where you are saving this C program, first of all, you have to create text file there and you have to save 3 numbers there. See, I am saving my C program here in this directory. So here I will create a text file first. This is very simple. Normally new text document and the name of the file is data2. So I have created text file data2.txt. I will save 3 numbers here. I will save 3 numbers here. For example, 10, 20, 30. Control S, save. So I have a file data2.txt and I have 3 numbers 10, 20, 30. So before writing the code, I have already created a file data2.txt. Remember, you have to create this file in the same directory where you are saving this C program. That means if you save this C program in desktop, you have to create this file also in the desktop. Okay. Now there are 3 numbers here. There are 3 numbers in the data2.txt 10, 20, 30. So our target is we will read these 3 numbers. So here we have declared 3 variables int x, y, z. Then we will use fscanf to read the numbers. Fscanf is used to read some data from the file. So you have to follow some rules in the inside the bracket. You have to give fp means this file pointer, comma, percentage d, percentage d, percentage d. That means we will read here 3 integer, 3 numbers. What are the numbers? Ampersand x, ampersand y, ampersand z. Listen, we will here this first number will be considered as x, next one y, next one z. As we have 3 numbers, we have declared 3 variables here. First one is x, next one y, next one z. And always remember you have to give ampersand sign in the fscanf. Okay, so we have read 3 numbers from this file. Now we'll just print it in our program. Printf numbers percentage x, y. We're just printing it. After doing all of the operation, then we will close it. Close f. So if I run this one, if I run the program now, what will happen? So it's reading the numbers 10, 20, 30. So in our file, there are 3 numbers 10, 20, 30. So it is reading 10, 20, 30. Okay, another thing, if I change the number, if I make it like instead of 10, if I make it 100, next one 200, next one 300. So I have changed my text file data2.txt and save it, Control S. Now I will run the program again. See, now the numbers are 100, 200, 300, 100, 200, 300. So this was our program where we have written a program, C program, to read 3 numbers from the file. So here we are using read mode, and remember before writing this C program, I have created a file data2.txt where I have saved 3 numbers. Then our target is we will read this 3 number from this file. Then we will use fscanf to read the numbers, and here we will read 3 numbers. That's why there are 3 variables x, y, z, and remember you have to give ampersand sign in the fscanf. So we have read the numbers by fscanf, then we will just print it, print up the numbers. Then finally we have to close the file. Okay, this was our first program. I hope you'll understand it. This is very simple program. Actually, in the file, we will not discuss something very complex. Okay. Then come to the next one. This is our second program. Write a program that will print only the even numbers from a file. That means there is a file here. For example, there is a file numbers.txt. In the file, there are some numbers 2, 9, 7, 10, 12, 14, 25, 30. So our target is we will just read the even numbers from the file. So here our output will look like this: even numbers 2, 10, 12, 24, 30. So there are even and odd numbers in the file number.txt, but we will just read the even numbers. So how we can do this? So this is very simple. What we will do, we will read each number. Okay, we will read each number from the file. Then we will just print the even numbers. If the number is even, you know the condition, if the number percentage to equal to 0, then we will print it. So first of all, we will read each number. Okay, here we will do another thing. That is, this is the, we will read each number. So our job is, we will run a loop that will start from the beginning of the file and it will go up to the end of the file. We'll run a loop. It will look for each number in the file. That means when our we will reach the end of file, we will stop our loop. Do you remember in our string, when we reach the \0, that means null character, we stop our loop. Like this here, whenever we will reach the end of the file, we will stop our loop. So there is some special function here that will give us the information that this is the ending of the file. So we will use that function. So the name of the function is FEOF. That means end of file. So it's a function that checks the end of file. So we will use this function. So we will go through each of the number of the file, but whenever this is the ending of the file, here after 11, that's the ending of the file. Whenever this is the ending of the file, we will stop our loop. So we will use this function to check, is this the ending of the file? So when it is the ending of the file, we will stop our loop. So how you will do this? Same. This is our solution here. So this is our solution. Okay. Okay. So first of all, we will create a file pointer fp. Okay, another thing. Here we are reading number. We will open a file numbers.txt. You will open it in read mode. So before writing this program, you have to create a text file like our previous one. The name of the file is numbers.txt, where you will save some numbers. So I have already, listen, you have to create this file in the same directory where you are saving your C program. So I have already created a file numbers.txt. I have already created a file numbers.txt here, numbers.txt. I have already created this file. So here I have saved some numbers 2, 9, 7, 10, 12, 24, 30, 11. So from these numbers, we will just print the even numbers. We will just print the even numbers. Okay. So in the file, I have numbers 297, something like that. Okay. So from this file, I will just print the even numbers. So, okay. For example, we have a file numbers.txt. In the file, we have some numbers like this is our text file. So I have saved numbers like 2, 9, 7, 6, then 4. Okay, I have some numbers 2, 9, 7, 6, 4. So the first of all, you have to create a file pointer like this, like our previous one, file pointer fp. Then we will use fopen to open the file fopen. So our name of the file is numbers.txt. We will open this file. R means read mode. That means we will read something from the file. And this is just a message, printf even numbers. Listen, here we have declared an integer number, integer x. See how it works here. So for example, this is our text file, numbers.txt. In the text file, I have these numbers. From the text file, I will read or print just the even numbers. So how it works? See, while not fe of fp, that means fe of f, I have discussed this. This is means end of file. It will check that. See, not fe of. That means until it is not the ending of the file, we will run this loop. That means if it's not end of the file, we will run this loop again and again. So this will check this one. It's not the ending of the file. So first of all, we will enter into the file. So we will read the first number fscanf. So we will use fscanf function to read some data from the file. See, fscanf fp percentage d ampersand x. Always we have to use ampersand sign in the fscanf. So this will check the first number first. fscanf. So now we are here. fp percent. We will check this number and it will be saved into x. Always we will change the x. Whenever it is in the first number, x will be 2. Whenever it is in the second number, x will be 9. Then x will be 7 and goes on. Okay, now we are here. It's checking that is a, so we have read this number. This is 2. X is equal now 2. It will check that if x percentage 2 equal to 0, yes, x is 2 and it is divisible by 2. That means, is it a even number? We are checking this here. Is it you know this condition. We have solved many problems by using this condition. It's checking that is it a even number, then we will print it. Yes, 2 is even number, then we will print 2 in the output. So this will be our output. So actually there will be line here in the output, even numbers. Before 2 it will print an even numbers. So this will be output. This will print 2. Then it will again go to the loop. Again go to the loop. Now it will check, is it the ending of the file? No, this is not the ending of the file. There are some other numbers also. Then we will check these numbers. fscanf ampersand x. Now x is 9. The next number. It will check, is it divisible by 2? Is 9 divisible by 2? That means, is it an even number? No, it's not a even number. So it will not print 9. Again it will go to the loop. That means it will come here next. It will check, is it the ending of the file? No, there is, it is not the ending. There is another number 7. Then it will again read that number. Now x will be 7. It will check, is it an even number? No, so it will not print 7. Then again it will go to the loop. It will come here, is it the ending of the file? No, there is another number, so this is not the ending of the file. This is 6. Now x will be 6. Now it will check, is it divisible by 2? That means, is it an even number? Yes, 6 is an even number. Then it will print 6. Again it will go to the loop and it will come here. Now x will be 4. So it will, first of all it will check, is it the ending of the file? No, this is not the ending of the file. There is a number, there is another number 4. It will read it. Then it will check, is it even number? Yes, 4 is even number, so it will print 4. Then it will come next. Ultimately there is nothing there. There is nothing there. So it will check that, is it the ending of the file? Yes. Now we have reached the ending of the file. There is no data there. So it will stop the loop. It will go out of the loop. It will come here and finally it will close the file. So that's how it will print the even numbers. Okay, so I will run the program. I will run the program now. So this is our program. It will check the even numbers. If I run it, see, in the numbers dot, it will read file numbers.txt. I have already saved a file numbers.txt and I have saved some data there, some numbers there. From these numbers, I will just read this program will just read the even numbers. So this is our numbers.txt. Remember, you have to save this file in the same directory where you are saving your C program, this program. If you save this C program into D drive, you have to create numbers.txt also in the D drive. So now I will run it. So in the numbers.txt, there are some values 2, 9, 7, 10, 12, 24, 30, 11. So the even numbers are 2, 10, 12, 24, 30. So our program should only just print these even numbers. Let's see what happens. So it will print that just even numbers 2, 10, 12. So from this file, we are just printing the even numbers. Okay. Okay. That was our second program. So I'm just giving a review. First of all, we will declare a file pointer. We will open it, then fopen. We will open it, then fopen function. Then just we will giving a message. Then we will read, each time we will read a number. So you have declared just one variable, integer x. So this is our loop while not feof fp. That means until you reach the end of file. FEOF is end of file. That means we will, until you reach the end of file, we will run this loop again and again. So this is our file. So this is our file. So that means until you reach the end of file here after 11, we will run the loop again and again. And each time we will check the number fscanf, fp, percentage d, ampersand x. So we will use fscanf to read a number from the file. So each time we will check each number and we will check the condition. If it's an even number, then you will print it. So we will read actually each number, all of the numbers, but when it is even, we will print that numbers. Okay, that was our second problem. Now we will go to the third one. It's a bit tricky, the last one. So it is said that there is a file result.txt. In the file, it has the ID and GPA. So write a program that will ask for an ID and it will give you the GPA of that ID. That means we have a file, we have some ID and GPA. This is our text file. For example, our ID is 111 and hard GPA is 3.40. ID is 112 and the student's GPA is 3.56. That means the student whose ID is 114, her GPA is 3.20 and goes on. So we have some ID and result. So from that we will end, our program will ask for an ID. For example, it will ask if you give 113, it will give the result of that ID. 113 got 4.00 GPA. That means we have a text file here. We have some ID and GPA. So in the program, we will give an ID, and according to that ID, our program will show us the result or GPA of that ID. Here 113 got 4.00, 113 got 4.00. So how we can do this? So the same, almost the same things. I will explain the code here now. So this is almost the same thing. First of all, we will declare a file pointer. Then we will open a file, fp is equal to f1. Here the file name is result.txt. So before writing this program, I have already created a file result.txt where I have some ID and GPA. So if I open my result.txt, I can show you that this is result.txt. So there are some ID and GPA, ID and GPA. So I have, before writing this program, I have already created this file. Okay. So I'm just giving a short description of it. So this is our code. So for example, I have the text file here. In the text file, I have some ID and GPA, like 111 got 3.50. Then ID 112 got like 3.90. Then ID 113 got like 4.00. Okay. So this is our text file. In the text, oh sorry, 113. Okay. In the text file, I have some GPA and ID. This is our text file. So this two line always we will do this one. Here we are opening a file result.txt and we are opening it in read mode. That means we will read some data from the file. So we have two integer numbers, ID search and a float number GPA. Okay. First of all, whenever you run the program, it asks for an ID, enter an ID, and we will save it into search. Scanf percentage ampersand search. First of all, it will look or ask for an ID. As that means our program was, there are some ID and result there. It, whenever you will run the program, it will ask for an ID, and according to that ID, it will show that GPA. Like if our ID is 112, it will show that 3.90. If you give something else, it will not show anything. So you can edit your program actually. I will discuss it. Okay, first of all, it will give an ID. For example, it will be saved into search variable. Like, so in the search, for example, you have given 112. So whenever you have given 112, Now it will check. So we will run our loop until we reach the end of the file. End of the file means after this, that means we have reached the end of the file. So we will run our loop until we reach the end of file. That's why our condition is this one, while not fuf fp. You know this, in our previous program we also used this one. So that means until we reach the end of file, fuf function means end of file. Until we reach the end of file, we will scan the id and numbers. So we will use fscanf function to read the data from the file. So here fscanf fp comma, you have to use this structure, you have to follow this grammar always, fp comma. So there are two numbers, one is id, another is gpa. So this is integer number, this is float number. See, float gpa. Okay, that's how we will read true values, percentage d, percentage f. So the first one is ampersand id, the first one is id, next one is ampersand gpa, next one is gpa. So we are reading two numbers there, one is id, another is gpa. Then we will check this one. Okay, so for example, we have just reached this one, we have just entered into the file. So here id is 111, here now our id is 11, now our id is 111. And remember, whenever I have run the program, you have given a value or the id, like search 112. That means we are looking for the value of 112, looking for the gp of 112. Okay, now our id is 111. Now we'll check that if id equal to search, we will give the result. id is now 111, search is 112. So is it equal to 112? No. So it is not, we are not looking for 112. Then again we will go to the loop. Okay, now again it will scan fscanf, it will scan. So that means it will go to the next line and it will scan id and gpa, ampersand id, ampersand gpa. So now our id is, okay, now our id is 112. Now our id is 112. So it's checking if id equal to search. So search is also 112. That means we are looking for actually 112. So now the condition is true. Now id is equal to search 112. Now it will print, it will give us the output. Result is equal to, it will give us the output something like that. Result is equal to, that means it matched the id. That means actually we are looking for the 112. It will give that result is equal to percentage f gpa. That means it will give this one 3 point, the gpa of 112, 3.90. Then break means now we will stop the loop, go out of the loop, just go out of the break means, you know, we use break and continue in our loop section. Break means just close the loop and go out of it. Then f close, finally you have to use it, you have to close the function. So here in this program, in the text file we have id and gpa. From that id and gpa, we will search for a particular id, result of that particular id. Here for example, we have entered 112. Then we will look for each number. Is it 112? Is it 112? So first of all, you look for this one. Is it 112? No, it is 111. Then go to the next one. Is it 112? Yes, this is 112. Then we will print the result of the 112. That means 3.90. So we are just printing here 3.90. So I think you will understand this one. So I'm going to run this one, just showing you what is the output. This is our program. I have already explained this one. So this is our result function, result.txt file. Now I run this one. There are some id 111, 112, 113, 114. So the result of 113 is 4.00. So I will look for it now. So enter an id. I will enter 113, and 113's result is 4.00. So the GPA of 113 ID is 4.000. So this was our third program, and that is the ending of the class. Actually, we have discussed 3 programs. I hope all of you will understand it. And if you don't understand, you can ask me the question during the class, or you can send me the email. So do some hard work. I hope you'll be able to understand this. These are not actually that tough or challenging. You'll be able to solve these programs. And that's the ending of this class.